Hey, chismosas! Welcome back to another episode of Conchasandchismes. And this is your host, Sandra.
This is DUS.
Ivoncita.
Hey, guys.
Yay, so excited to be back.
Yes.
We missed you guys.
I know, we missed you guys.
Definitely missed you guys. And we're so excited.
Yeah, getting settled into the new year. We're already in
Yes.
March. What the hell?
Yes, so fast,
Dude,
guys. So
literally,
fast.
how are we in March? Like,
Oh my gosh. I don't know. All I know is that summer's 3 months away and now I got to get my body right.
That summer bod, girl. Get that summer bod. So today we're a little bit more
Hot mom
comfy. Yeah, we're
Yes.
a little bit more
A little
comfy.
cozy.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We are. This is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
definitely.
comfortable, guys. So grab your little almohaditas aquí, settle in.
Yeah.
Your conchas, your little
Yeah.
cafecito.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, and today's topic, we were talking about how, how fast, this first couple months are going. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people in the beginning of the year start to work on goals, healing, maybe moving jobs or going to school and so forth. There's something happening in their life that, that they're trying to improve and so forth. And so I wanted to ask you ladies, because I did hear a podcast recently and I thought, man, that is important. And, and I feel like, especially when you're in the process of change and trying to create new goals for yourself.
Yeah.
I thought, man, it is important to hear these words. And one of the words that I heard in the podcast is how important it is to hear, "I'm proud of you."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, definitely, it feels like when someone recognizes all the efforts that you've made in your life. When they see that you're healing, that you're in a better place, how far you've come. And I know that life gets crazy, but the fact that someone sees that you're working so hard on yourself, even when you think no one is noticing, and when someone hits you with, "I'm so proud of you, like, I'm proud of that you're doing this, that you're doing that, all these moves you're making, or that you're doing something simple as just trying to heal and trying to better yourself, even in the smallest way." And when someone tells you that, I feel like it hits you in a way that sometimes no one else will understand. You're like, oh shit, like I thought no one was watching me, but little did I know they are.
Yeah.
And it feels so good. It's so validating and powerful to hear those words from somebody, especially when it's someone you care about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really important. I feel like for anyone to recognize others' efforts, or like for yourself to recognize like anyone else's efforts, and to hear like, "I'm proud of you." I feel like, to me, that means honestly, to me, it's kind of like a form of like validation too. That I'm like, oh my god, sometimes I do like look for it, and I'm just like, oh my god, that feels so good. Like, yes, like I'm doing all this work and it's being recognized, and I feel so validated because it's not just like me that's noticing this hard work that I'm putting in, to myself. Yeah, and it's like, I agree. Like, if it comes from someone that like you love, it's even more like, oh my god, like,
absolutely.
Because I feel like at the same time we're working hard for like those people that we love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
very,
really-
very true. I feel like, we can definitely tell ourselves, right? I am proud of myself and so forth. But when we hear it, it's just like, man, I am doing something right.
Yeah.
Right. And it pushes you to want to do more, to do better, and so forth.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just it's a little piece of validation that as simple as "I'm proud of you," it just goes a long way.
Yeah, especially if it's to something that like you were hesitant to do, or you're like afraid to try, and even if you fail or something, and someone's like, you know what, like, "I'm proud of you for even trying." You're just like, damn, like, you're right. At least I failed, but I tried, and it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up and
do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
And honestly, I have fallen so many times. I get back up and I keep going, because I used to think to myself, oh, ya me volví a caer, like I can't get up. I would think so negatively, and I feel like I'd put myself down a lot. I was so hard on myself, and right now I'm just like, yes, bitch, you're gonna get back up.
Yep.
Como dice la Cardi B, you knocked me down 9 times, but bitch, I'ma get up 10.
Yes, queen.
Okay, like it doesn't matter. Like tú te caes, pero por chingona te levantas. Like
Levántate.
sigue le echando ganas, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that I definitely have. I have a lot of hard times, but I still get up because God doesn't let me fall anymore.
Yeah,
He's
that's
right
so
there
true.
to pick me up.
Amen, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby
He's the first one to say, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was my coworkers or I saw a video. I don't remember, but they're like fail stands for first attempt in learning. They're
Oh, I
like,
love
yeah. I
that.
was like, oh my God, that's such
Yeah.
a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that your first attempt in learning, which is true. You know, you're going to fail once, but I feel like if you let your first fail stop you, then you did fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you
Yep.
keep continuing, then it's not a fail. You know, you're
Yeah.
like getting better.
Yep. Say that again, girl. If,
Yes, girl.
say it again.
If you let the first fail, I don't know what I said. What did I say?
If you
Repeat
let
again.
the first
Stop you. Yeah, if you let the first fail stop you, then you did fail.
then you did
Yeah.
fail.
Yes.
That's
Because
very,
what
very
I
true.
noticed too in life is that you're gonna hit rock bottom a lot. Shit's gonna happen to you, and you're gonna feel like, fuck, I'm stuck. Like, what do I do? Because I've been there. I think a lot of people have been there. But you know, sometimes it's gonna take you weeks, months, maybe even years. But you're gonna get back up, and you're gonna realize, like, fuck, I'm glad for those hard times. I'm glad for all this shit that I've been through. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be strong. I wouldn't be in the place that I am now. Like, no matter what life throws at me, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to beat the shit out of life.
Yep.
Okay? I'm not going to let it
It's
stop.
gonna hit you, but I'm gonna hit harder.
Yep. I'm going to
And
get
I
up and I'm going
think
to keep going.
I think that's why when you're working on that and you get yourself back up, especially in the times when we might fail, then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, no, I gotta keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And you might not see it, right? And you're struggling, but you're pushing. And I feel like those words are so powerful when you hear
Yeah.
them from somebody. Like, you know what? But I'm proud of you because you didn't
Yeah.
give up. I'm proud of you because you
She
keep
kept going.
moving and you know you're pushing.
Yeah.
Those words are so powerful in that time, right? And I think,
Yeah.
like I said, even when we're doing some type of movement or trying to reach some goals, right? I think those words are empowering, right? And there's just as simple as I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Simple, but it means a lot.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that's so heartwarming too to hear that. Like, you know, even if it's from a stranger. Like, oh my God, like I've been following you and I'm proud of you. Like I'm seeing your accomplishments or
Your
I'm seeing you
growth.
doing this and oh my God. And it feels so good to hear that because sometimes you, like I said earlier, you think you're not doing a good job or you don't realize that people are watching you, but they are. And it feels so good inside.
Yes.
Definitely makes you happy.
Yeah.
Makes your heart skip a beat.
Yes.
Get butterflies everywhere.
So my next question would be, who would you who would be someone or people, because it could be more than one,
Yeah.
right, that you either would one day would like to hear that from?
I think me, my kids. I want my kids to look at me one day and think, you know what? My mom had all the odds against her, but she overcame every single thing that life threw at her, and I'm proud of her. You know, that's like my biggest wish in life is that for them to see that everything I do is for them. And sometimes life is hard on me. I suffer from a lot of things. Anxiety is the biggest one. But when my kids, you know, look at me sometimes, they're like, Mommy, I love you. Oh my God, Mommy, thank you because you did this. Or I see that sometimes, unfortunately, you know, their dads can't do a lot for them. And me, I'll spend my last dollar to make sure that my kids, you know, have what they need. And when they see that I do things for them, they get so happy and I see the smile on their faces at the end of the day. To me, that's all that matters, you know. And I try to be the best mom I can be. I know I'm not perfect, but I try. And I want them to look at me and say, damn, my mom did that. So proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nobody's
agree.
perfect. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
100% just be there and, you know, just listen and, you know, love them. That's, you know,
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
important.
And that's when you know, have to make, you know, or look at yourself and say, we especially those times, right? Like
Yeah.
that we have to remind ourselves to, like, gosh, I am proud of myself.
Yeah.
'Cause there might not be big things, but it's the little things that count,
Yeah.
right? And I'm doing it. And sometimes I think, yeah, hearing it from ourselves is huge because sometimes
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't give ourselves that
Yeah.
credit.
You don't give yourself enough
Yeah,
grace.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I follow a lot of single moms, and I hope that they recognize that they are allowed to be proud of themselves. You know, I feel like a lot of them are like, well, no, you know, it's my responsibility. I have to. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I shouldn't be proud of myself. But no, I think 100% you are pulling so much weight and doing so much for your kids. And
hard.
I think well, I know you're allowed to be proud of yourself and give yourself a pat on the back because, you know,
Yes.
it's not easy.
Right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
For you, Miss D.
For me, who I would like to hear from, honestly, I feel like I've been like blessed enough to feel like I've heard it from the people that, you know, mean the most to me. But I just hope that I can continue to make them proud. And, you know, my sisters, my family, my friends, I've been very blessed. And thank you for being proud of me and acknowledging me and always telling me that. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things without that support system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know, maybe like someone famous or something. I don't know. But like, yeah, girl, I'm proud of Cardi B. You know, just not be like, girl, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, girl. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Imagine.
it'd be amazing.
How's that, like, Shawty Bay?
I know how Cardi B did not say she's proud of me. What the hell?
Girl, you better hop on here and leave a comment.
Come on, girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I would say
Yeah.
for me too, I think most importantly right now is my kids, right? I want them
Yeah.
to one day be, you know, when they are grown, to feel proud of their mom, right?
Yeah.
And so forth. I've heard my son tell me, right, and I think that made me like super emotional.
Yeah.
You know, when he did tell me that, and then that's,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I strive for.
Mhm.
Most importantly, from, you know, and I have heard it from other people, but I felt like that was really really meaningful to me. You know,
Yeah.
to hear it from my kids, and hopefully one day to my girls too, right? And that they are proud of their mom.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so forth. And I feel like they are the ones that like keep me going. And
Yeah.
you know, just as much as I'm super proud of them, you know, I hope that one day they look at mom and they're proud of me too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, what you tell them, they'll reciprocate it to you too.
Mhm.
You know, like if you tell them, like, you know what, like I'm proud of you, like
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, okay, like you know what, someone's proud of me. Like I should learn that trait too, like to acknowledge someone and be like, oh, I'm proud of, because that's, you know, it goes back to like how we grew up. Like I'm sure a lot of us didn't hear it. So when you get to a certain age, you don't think of telling someone that you're proud of them. You're just like, oh, you know, like. Okay, like good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think 100% they will definitely get that trait from you guys and be so proud of you guys. You guys are amazing moms.
You're right though. We I don't think we heard that growing up.
No, we
right?
didn't.
And I feel like even though like I'm in my head, I used to think, I'm proud of my sister. We wouldn't say it because we weren't, like you said, we weren't
raised like that.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
To be,
like to tell our siblings, or we didn't hear it from
Yeah.
our parents. I feel like my parents kind of showed us tough love.
Yeah.
And my dad too, right?
Yeah.
My mom was a little bit, you know, more on the soft side, but I feel like with my dad, we never heard it. You know, I think now as a grown up, you know, my mom has said it, but I feel like how important it was too as a child.
It shapes you so differently. Like when you hear those words of like affirmation, like growing up, you just see the world so differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when you don't hear it that often, like you know how they say, you have to talk nice to your plants because they'll grow. Like you know, it's so true. Like with people, like you're like
It's
you
the
just
same
like,
thing with your
yes,
kids.
and even to yourself, you know, like
Yeah.
talk nice to yourself. Yeah.
Say kind words
Yeah.
to you, right?
Like
Because the
now-
more you hear it, you believe it.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yes.
want to work towards that because it's like, you know, I'm doing something right? It's like motivation, I guess you could say, you know.
And my dad, I feel like he worked so much that he missed on so many important things to us. I don't remember my dad being at a lot of things, you know, that mattered a lot. But
From our
and-
generation, I feel like that is like one of the number one things I
Yeah.
hear a lot.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot.
And I get it, you know, like he had to do for us, but like sometimes it would have been nice, you know, to see
Yeah.
him standing there like cheering us on. But I understand that he was just trying to give us a better life financially,
Yeah.
you know. And my mom, same thing. My mom worked so much, but my mom did well, at least with me. I know with my sisters, she didn't a lot. My mom went on my field trips with me, and she was there a little bit more than my dad. But yeah, I don't think my mom said, "Oh, I'm proud of you" a lot of times, you know, because my mom,
Yeah.
Didn't grow up that way either.
yeah,
so.
she didn't.
Uh-huh.
I understand, you know. Now that she's older, she's become a lot more soft, and a lot. She's always been loving, but I feel like now she's more loving than she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do see, like, every time I call her and talk to her, she'll like every time before she hangs up, she's like, "Okay, mija, I love you." Like all
Yeah.
the time, she always says it, you know.
But I feel like you got a better version of my mom.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
Not
I
that my
know.
mom wasn't like that with us, but I feel like
Yeah.
we didn't do trips. We didn't do any of that. Like we went to games on our own.
Yeah.
We played sports. There was nobody
And
there
it
watching
shapes
us.
you differently.
Yeah, and I would see some of my, other like teammates and their parents were there, and I'm like, oh, my parents.
It's
are not
such a
here.
weird feeling, right, when your parents not there and
Yeah,
you're like,
you look up at stands and you have
Yeah.
to be. I feel like that made me a lot stronger, but I know how much I needed that, so I try to give that to my kids.
yeah.
Right, because I'm like, you look up and you want to see your parents up there.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to see them.
Their support.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And I honestly, sometimes I do feel guilty because my sisters are like, "Oh my God, my mom did this and that with you. Like she didn't do it with us," and I feel bad because I can't even imagine how I would have felt if my mom wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like she was more with me just because I was born with the heart problem and I almost died. So I feel like she felt the guilt, you know, with me, and was like, "Oh my God, like I have to be there because the doctor told my mom that I wouldn't live past the age of 5 because of the condition I had, you know." And then they told her, "Oh, she's not gonna live past the age of 8, and then 10, 15,
15, yeah.
and then 21. She's never gonna be able to have kids." And I don't know, like I'm like a cat. I have 9 lives.
Yeah.
Mírala,
because-
ma, ahora la grandulona aquí, sentada, ya con sus
You know?
40.
So I,
Who's the doctor? Fire
I'm
them.
40.
No,
it's
she's 35. She's 35.
my condition was really bad.
Yeah.
I was really sick. I was always in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
But I think that my mom just wanted to enjoy every moment that she had with me because she didn't know when God was gonna take me. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my mom's like biggest fear.
Yeah. Can imagine.
So I feel like my mom
probably
kind of
why.
changed a little bit more with her. You know? And plus she was the youngest, so we kind
Yeah.
of,
Bye.
Yeah.
But I feel like with us, like my parents were always working.
Yeah.
Kind of had to,
Like it just went over their head, and
Yeah.
they probably didn't think it meant anything to you guys.
but
you
it
know?
did, right?
But
To
it does.
kids,
Yeah.
It does. And then you're right, it does shape who you are as you're growing up. And so forth. So to me, like now, like, like I don't expect everyone to say it, right? But I feel like for me, like the most important people are like the people in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Important
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And so those are the people, even if we don't hear it, I feel like we want to make them proud, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like my dad, he still don't say it, right? But I feel like he does little things to kind of be like, oh, está bien.
Like
está
different
bien.
ways of showing, that he's
right? But he
proud.
won't say it.
Yeah.
Right? And,
And it's hard now because I feel like when they're older, like they probably feel like uncomfortable, like almost like, how do
Like
I
my
even
dad, I feel like
do
he
that?
definitely,
You know, like
But you know what's so funny is that he will say it to our kids.
yeah.
"Oh, I'm so proud of you," you know, or
Yeah.
like he'll hug them, he'll like love on them, he'll tell them he loves
Yeah.
them. And to me, I look at him and I'm like, what the fuck? Because it's just like, where was that?
Yeah.
when we needed it, you know?
Yeah.
And my mom is very, like, she will not miss our kids' stuff. If we call her, we tell her, oh, like, for example, Penelope had a cheer competition in Anaheim, and she went with me to spend the weekend to go see her, you know? So, like, everywhere we invite her for our kids, like, my mom is there. Like, she doesn't miss out on
Yeah.
anything. She's a really good grandma.
I think
You know?
they say, like, a lot of grandparents, they do see grandchildren as like second chances,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like to make
That's true.
up for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what they did or they didn't do, and it's true,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Like, I can't even yell at my kids in front of her. She gets mad.
Mm.
¿Por qué
Yeah.
¿Por qué les gritas? Ay, pobrecitos. And I'm like, ma'am, Did you forget you almost killed me twice? I
Yeah.
think I died, and then she brought me back to life.
Yeah.
Whooped my ass for dying.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And
I
like, it's
feel
so
that.
funny how soft they get and how much they change. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like, yeah, I think I would have, even though my mom was there, I don't think I ever heard her say, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
she does.
Mm-hmm.
Too,
But-
and I think too, right, goes back to how they were raised. Right?
Mhm.
My mom didn't hear it, so
Yeah.
you know, my dad didn't hear it
Yeah.
either. So
Like,
you know
ponte
what I mean?
trucha, así es la vida.
Yeah.
Es lo que
Yeah.
debes hacer,
Ponte
you
las
know?
pilas.
Yeah, like,
Put on your
okay.
battery,
Ponte las
motherfuckers.
pilas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their way of
Mhm.
motivating us.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, las pilas. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
But
No,
you
no
know,
seas pendeja. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
tough love. So I'd say some tough love, right?
What is something that you have done this year that you're proud of yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh, yeah. What is something that I've done? I feel well. I
No pressure.
I know. No pressure, guys. I feel like there's just little things, right? I feel like I definitely I'm trying to be a lot more present with my family.
Yeah.
Right. I'm making sure that I continue to also take care of me. Right. And I'm
Yeah.
proud of me for that because again, like the last podcast we talked about how the old me would always put everyone else first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So but I feel like my kids seeing that it motivates them to do other things too for themselves. Like, you know, they're constantly like, Mom, I want to try out for this. Mom, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because they see that mom and dad are trying too, right? We're doing
Yes.
different things too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like our home has been running pretty smoothly, and I'm proud of that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, we get
Like
busy.
the kids are,
yeah.
you know, happy.
My
You guys
kids
are
are
happy.
doing good,
They're doing
yes.
good.
Yeah. And then even at work, right? I feel like and there's days where I'm like, oh man, long days and so forth. But some way, somehow, like a patient of mine will say, like, thank you so much. I really needed this. Thank you just listening to me. Just little things like that. That I'm like proud of myself for being that support to this person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so I feel like reminding myself of those little things.
Yeah, and you are a therapist, so I can imagine all the weight you carry and still be able to, you know,
That's
go to the gym, you know, manage your home, do all that stuff. Oh my God, so
Yeah.
proud of you, girl.
Thank you. And then you know what? But it took me a very long time to figure out, and because I used to think like it's so much, I can't do all of that. I can't.
It's hard to
We
balance.
can, guys.
Yeah.
We can do so much. It's just figuring out little ways and so
Yeah.
forth. If we kind of put it in a positive way, the best way that we can, and we're not seeing it as like another task, right? We can manage we have so much. We're powerful.
Yeah.
Women, we can handle
bad
things in
Yes,
so many ways.
girl. Yeah.
Right. And
Absolutely.
so I just think like you know, yes, our days are maybe not that long, but we can figure out little ways to kind of add a little something so that nobody gets excluded, right? And so yeah, I'm proud of myself for these last couple months. Not only, you know, like I said, being there for my family, but making time for myself.
Yes.
I also want to tell my sister I'm proud of her, and I told her that not long ago.
Yeah.
You know, she did do a little retreat, guys, and I think it was much needed, and I'm very, very proud of her for doing it.
Thank you.
I know she was very nervous at first, and then did it, and
I cried. I was
you know,
scared.
I feel like, you know, she's really doing her best to work on herself and so forth, and you know, we're humans. I feel like we never stop working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Right, and so forth. She's doing this little. I was so proud of her because she's been in her little fitness journey.
I know,
I'm
girl.
like, you go,
My
girl.
bones are feeling it.
Yep. No, I was telling my sister, I'm like, you go, girl. I'm like, I love
Go,
it.
Glen
We're
Coco.
doing our thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love this for
Proud of
us.
you guys.
So-
What are you proud of, Ivoncita?
I think, well, my sister already mentioned it, but I feel like I took that big step and I went to that retreat. That was so hard for me. I know a lot of you guys watched my video, and I wanted to take a longer break from social media because I feel like I really just need to focus on me. But unfortunately, I have a lot of projects and things coming up, so my break had to be cut very short. But I took a chance and I said, you know what, let's go see what this healing retreat is about. And I didn't want to go. I was so skeptical. I kept like putting it off and making excuses, you know. And then finally I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go. And when I got there, I was a little terrified. My sister seeing that I was so nervous, you know, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And then after, because it's in the literally in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
And there's no cell service. You can't have your phone out. Like, it's literally you, nature, and God. And I didn't realize, like, se pasó el tiempo tan rápido because I was sitting there and I was literally, I feel like I became one with the universe and God. And as my sister already knows my experience, but in that little forest I was in, I literally died. I literally came back a whole different person. I felt like I was reborn into something that I can't even explain. I feel so good inside. I feel at peace because that's something that I've never had my entire life. And right there, I let go of all the pain and the hurt that I was holding on to because it was weighing so heavy on me. And I feel like God took it all. He took it all. My sister seen, I literally was crying. I curled up in a little ball and I was bawling because I felt so much hurt, and I let it go. I forgave every single person that's hurt me, that's broke me, that's tore me to pieces, you know. And I also forgave myself because I haven't always been the best person in the world, because like I've told you guys before, when I would get mad before, I would see red and I would say and do a lot of hurtful things because I was like, nope, you're not gonna have one up on me. Like, I'm gonna turn into a gangster right now. And I hated that part of me, and I carried the weight of feeling the guilt of, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that to this person, or oh, why did I say this? Like, I would get angry at myself, so I forgave me. I think that was the forgiveness that I was longing so hard for, you know, to be able to forgive myself. And I feel like I finally did. And I know people are gonna be like, what, you died and came back to life? But no, I literally feel like a new person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't feel like the old Yvonne. So if you knew me a month ago, a year ago, I'm not her anymore. Like, this woman that I've became is someone that I can finally look in the mirror and be like, okay, bitch, I'm proud of you. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, and now if I cry, it's tears of happiness. It's tears of, like, I can't believe that I'm this person, you know? Like, I feel so at ease. And, you know, to every single person, this is just a message to all you guys that has ever hurt me. Just know that I forgive you. Just know that at the end of the day, the only person that you guys have to answer to is God, not to me. But I forgive you, and I will always hold love for a lot of people, even if they're not in my life anymore. And unfortunately, even though I closed a lot of doors, I'm grateful because God is opening new ones for me. So
Yep.
That's right before our eyes. Seriously, yeah.
And I'm proud of the things that we're accomplishing. I feel like so many things are coming. This month alone is just like boom, boom, boom.
I know.
Like one thing after another, back to back to back. And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
It's like scary, you know.
It's what we asked for,
Yep.
You know what we started this podcast for, and it's like happening.
We asked for it, we manifested it. We you know, I feel like God knows that we're ready, and this is the journey that we were meant to walk. And I'm so excited for it, you know. And I'm ready for whatever else life throws at us. Let's go.
Yes.
Down.
Yeah. And I'm proud of you for being open right now. I feel like you were, you know, just showed so much vulnerability and just keep working on you, right? And so forth. And for anyone that is out there grinding, working hard,
going,
you know, pushing to reach goals, short or long term, you know, we are proud of you. Keep going.
We are proud.
Right. And
don't give up.
Yep. Do not give up. Keep pushing. You know, it's still the beginning of the year. We're in March, but it's still early on in the year.
So early.
You know, whatever goals it is, that's, you know, we were talking about, right? Summer bods, do you go and work on you, continue to work on you. If it's, you know, I know graduations are coming up, you know, going to school, keep going. You just anything, right? And you know, keep moving forward the best way that you guys can.
Because honestly, what I've learned is that it's you versus you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not in competition with anyone else. Like, if I also learned that if you don't like something in your life, change it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like your surroundings, if you're surrounded by drama, get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your friends are just taking you down the wrong path, remove them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're surrounded by toxic family members, remove them. If you don't like that you're overweight, make a change. You know, you don't like your
Mm-hmm.
job, try to find a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Stay there until, you know, God blesses you with something better. But trust me,
Just work towards it.
yeah, keep going. Like,
work
no
towards
dejes
it. Don't get stuck and
Yeah.
don't let yourself stay in that
Yeah.
situation if you're not happy.
Absolutely. And just know that every storm is going to pass in your life. Like, it doesn't matter how long it takes, it's gonna pass and it's gonna get better. I'm 35 and I'm like, holy shit, like, this is the place. I'm nowhere near where I want to be because I have so many things I want to accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
but I know I'm gonna get there. You know, like I've mentioned before, it's God's timing, not mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
No, yeah. I'm gonna be 32, and something that I'm proud of for this year is getting back in the gym. Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like last year and the year before that, my friends would always invite me to a lake, and I was just like so self-conscious. I was like,
Yeah,
no, like
same.
I would miss out on a lot to the point where my friends would get like frustrated, you know, like because they want to spend time with me, you know, and like, come
Yeah.
on, like just go, you know. But like me, I was just holding myself back so much mentally because I was not happy with how I look, and because I was talking to myself so negatively, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and it really affected me. But now like I'm happy, you know. I've been like so, thank God, I've been like so happy, and I've been talking to myself nice that like I'm not like ashamed of how I look or anything, but I'm like, damn girl, I need to get in the gym, you know what I mean? But when I went the first day, because I feel like in my 20s I was able to like fall off, go back to the gym, run a mile like nothing. Oh hell no, this time wait girl, my freaking ankles, my feet, my knees, my shins, everything was hurting the first like 15 seconds that I was running. I was like, dude, no, but like this can't be my body. This is not. I was like, this is the first time that I have ever like felt my age, but like you know what I mean. I was like, what? I texted my family because they always make fun of me. They're like, oh my god, está like chavarruca, you know, like whatever. And I'm like, I am young, like I was still a teenager, you know what I mean? But no, I texted them. I was like, oh my god, you guys, this is the first time that I actually feel my age, and I was kind of like ashamed a little bit because I was like, damn, like I really let myself get like that when I am, thank God, you know, I am able-bodied, you know, I'm like healthy, and for me to like not use my healthy body to my advantage is, I was like so disappointed, you know what I mean? But I recognize that, and I'm like really proud that I was able to recognize that and acknowledge that, you know, God give you know, I can walk, I can run, I get to go to the gym, you know, I can go to the gym, you know. So yeah, I'm really proud of that, and I hope to. I'm not saying like I'm gonna be like, you know, fitness page or whatever, but you know, your girl gonna be at the gym.
But you know, I feel like fitness journeys, those
So
are, you know, a lot of
rewarding.
people follow people like that.
Oh, yeah,
because of
yeah.
the fact that, you know, it's not something that's easy. You have to stay consistent. You
a lot of
have
work.
to motivate yourself, because trust me, I work out. There's some days that I work out, or no, that I can work out all 7 days, and there's some that it's just either 6, or, you know, depending if we're really busy, then sometimes it's 5 days, right? And so forth. But believe me, there's times where I don't want to do it. I'm like, and I keep telling you, like, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. And then I have to be like, Sandra, get up. You can do it.
And
Stop putting
like you
excuses.
get to do it.
And honestly,
you
it
know?
doesn't matter if you go 3 days a week, you know, 1 week. Who cares? The point is that you made it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm pushing myself to another limit right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I told them like, oh, we need to do this at this time because I need to go to the gym. And they're like, my sister was like, no, you can't be doing this.
Yeah,
I know, like, I know, but right now the gym is the only thing that's keeping me mentally stable.
And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Yeah.
I when I started my fitness journey, it was 2 days. And believe me, those 2 days were hard.
Yes.
I 30 minutes, I was like dying.
Yeah.
Like, and now I can do like, hour, I can do 2. And
I did 2
I'm
hour session yesterday.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I even feel like, good. I feel empowered.
You like almost feel weird not going. You're like, oh no,
Yeah.
I need that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
And it's nice to have people that motivate
hard.
you. Yeah. My friend, man, he was on my ass about going to the run club every single day. Because there's like a run club every single day of the week. He's like,
Yeah.
come on, you have to go to this one. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, I was just like scared, you know, like I'm going to be
Yeah.
the slowest one, whatever. And finally I went, and it was like really, like, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really,
Oh,
really
I know I
nice.
hear a lot of really good things about the
Yes,
the,
yes.
the remember I used to
Really
send you
nice.
some reels, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
I'm
look at
so
this
down
run
to do
club.
it.
So I'm like, maybe right now, not anytime soon, because my knees feel it. But I like, maybe I'll do
that
like
means
a
you
little
work
like,
hard. That
yeah,
means
I
you
was
work
like,
hard.
maybe I'll do like a half marathon or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
one of these days. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
even
yeah,
like
but shout out
walking.
to your friends that motivate you,
Yes,
because you know
absolutely.
it was just meant to be. It was a good vibe. I felt so
Yeah.
good after, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like me right now, like I dyed my hair.
Yeah.
I chopped it off. I lost a couple of pounds,
Yep.
and you guys literally like it wasn't even that long, and I was like, I came back a whole new woman.
Yeah.
I look
You
in the
look,
mirror.
you everything.
I was like, okay, bitch, I see you, honey.
Yes, girl.
That was literally the conversation I was having with myself.
Yeah.
And then when I stepped on the scale and I no longer seen that I was in the 200s, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, bitch.
Yes.
Yep.
we locked in.
Yep.
Let's go.
Locked in, locked in.
I was like,
Yep.
yes, I was fat already, guys. I was getting fat again. I was like, no, I worked so hard to lose all those pounds. And
Yes.
here I am, a little butterball again. What
But
the
hey,
fuck?
like we said, right? You get back up.
Yeah.
Get back up, you know? And like I said, sometimes it could be as simple like,
Yeah.
you know, yesterday I just went for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I went outside. It was beautiful. You know, the
30-minute
evening
walk.
was nice.
That's something.
I just went for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know?
It doesn't even have to you go to the gym. It
Nope.
doesn't have to be you killing yourself for freaking an hour and a half. Literally go for a walk, dude.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. Get in those 10,000 steps. Even if
Get
you don't
some
get in.
sun right now while it's nice.
Yeah, like even
Yep.
if you don't get the 10,000 steps, the point is that if you're doing something, you're moving your body, who cares? Like just keep
Yeah.
going. Don't let nothing get in your way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now I'm gonna go do Pilates inside a fucking sauna, and I'm probably
Yes.
gonna be dying tomorrow at work, but
yes.
nothing's gonna stop me. I'm a
Yep.
full-time mom, full-time job. We're doing this, and I'm still gonna go to the
Yep.
gym. No fucking
Yep.
excuses.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pilates is
Sometimes
fun,
your
though.
days end. Yeah, your
Hey,
day ends at
Pilates,
10:30, 11. You know.
Pilates is brutal, guys.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10, I recommend. But
Do what you can. Do
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
can. You know,
Yeah.
definitely,
if it makes you happy, just move around.
yes.
Yep. Yeah. Little things that you can do
Absolutely.
that you can be proud of yourself
Yeah.
for doing. Right. Stretching is a good workout too.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know.
Oh yeah, girl. I
So-
need a stretch for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then a lot of the times people are like, "Oh, well, no quiero al gym because it's expensive."
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then think about it. Think about it. You're wasting $5 to $6 every day on Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Food
eating out.
yeah.
Save that money and put it towards the gym. You know,
Mhm.
I'm paying for 2 gyms right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Fuck it, because I rather invest in that than be buying Starbucks, than be buying
Yeah.
McDonald's. And no, like I'm gonna invest it in
Invest in
me.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
like
sure.
you can do it. It's just don't make excuses.
And do you remember the retreat? He was like the instructor said, "Oh, you can stretch. You don't have to. You know, it doesn't always mean that you have to
Yeah.
go to the gym." And he did some. They were kind of brutal stretching though, but it felt like
He put me on my ass.
Yeah, it was like
I'm not even gonna
wow.
lie. Like,
Yeah,
and one thing I learned at the retreat was to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I couldn't like hold my breath underwater before that. I couldn't, like after 50 seconds, I was like hyperventilating, and now I can hold my breath for a minute.
Oh, that's good.
I couldn't do that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mind
It-
over
that-
matter. It's mind over matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like
Yeah.
the amazing things that I learned at that retreat were unexplainable.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys have no idea how spiritual it is. Like, and it's not just like any regular retreat. Like it is extremely
and
spiritual.
you meet people from different places,
Different
going through different
places.
things, and it's
Yeah.
crazy how at
Yeah.
the end how we just everybody's just like,
So loving.
what did we say? Proud
Yeah.
of you.
So loving.
Proud of you.
Everybody.
Every
Yeah.
prayer.
Yeah,
You-
'cause that's a
you-
big step.
And
Yeah.
we
You know,
didn't know
it's
these
a really
people,
big step to
strangers.
go.
You
Yeah.
feel so much love, so much peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing that was the most amazing to me was in that moment when I was laying on the floor and I'm looking up at the sky and I could just hear the sounds of the therapeutic music that they were playing in the background, you know, and the words that are coming out of the instructors' mouths. And you're watching the sky and you start to learn to appreciate the sky, the trees, and you're like, wow, like these are God's creations. Like
Nature.
this feels beautiful, like so spiritual, and you start to just feel so good and so at peace,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, you do some stuff, but it's good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Really
think
good for
that
you.
that goes to like, you know, even if you don't go to retreat, like say you go to like something that's out of your comfort zone, like
Yeah,
still like that's you stepping into a new version
Yeah.
like of yourself.
of
And
not
I
being
feel
scared.
like they say like what you want or who you want to be is on the other side of fear. So that
Yeah.
just goes to anything that you do that
Mhm.
you're gonna do even though you're scared,
Yeah.
you know.
And one thing that I told my sister was that I kept hearing a voice in my head, which was telling me, you know, stop being scared.
Mm-hmm.
Let the fear go. It's you. You're the chosen one. Because I was always the black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Always, always, always. I was always making them mad, disappointing them. I was always doing stupid shit. And I admit it. I was. Sometimes I'd be like, ay, Ivonne, te pasas de verga. ¿Por qué haces esas mamadas, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because I was a cabrona. I was like, I'm going to do what I want and what I say. And me vale verga, you know? And when I sat there, I realized, bitch, I'm not the black sheep. I'm the fucking goat. Like, the fuck? Like, you know? But the voice in my head kept telling me, like, stop downing yourself. Stop it. You got this. I was telling her, I heard you're the chosen one. It's you. You're the GOAT. You got this. And, you know, a lot of the times, like I mentioned before, I've had my own family tell me, you're not going to make it. You know, you're never going to grow on social media. I'm almost at 109K followers on TikTok. Mind you, I haven't been posting. I don't know how I gained 800 followers, you know, but I'm like, I am going to do it. I am going to make it. You know why? Because God put me here for a reason. God gave me that platform for a reason. He gave me this little humor. He made me this way for a reason, and I'm not gonna waste all of the talents he gave me. No, I'm gonna put it to work. God was putting that little voice in my head. It was him. It was him talking to me. You know, I strongly believe that. And si Diosito me puso este sueño en mi corazón y en mi mente es porque he knows what I can do with it.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and I'm not gonna let nothing stop me.
Yeah.
And that's something that I always feared. I was holding myself back, and when I was sitting there, I realized it. Like, I've been the one holding me back.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been so scared of disappointing them, because that's always been my thing. Oh my God, I'm always disappointing my family. I'm always making them mad. It's always me fucking doing some stupid shit, you know. And it's like, now I understand. It's always been me. I've been in my own way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, now I understand what I have to do. I get it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's growing. You know, you grow, and you again, you
You're
have
healing.
to be, you know, proud of you and your path and your journey, right? Because if you're not, if when we do hear it from when we do hear it from somebody else, I know you can hear it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you know, if you're not proud of you too,
Yeah.
right? Then even sometimes when you hear it from somebody else,
You don't believe it.
you don't believe it.
And
You're like,
Like you question.
yeah,
like,
that
are
was
you?
me. I was always
Yeah.
questioning me, like, well, why? Why are you proud of me?
Yeah.
Like what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just like something that I've learned, that, you know, cuando una persona está orgullosa de ti, it's because you're doing something right. You know, y tú ni cuenta te estás dando. And don't give up on yourself. You
Yeah.
know, life is gonna hit you in a million ways, pero no dejes que eso te pare de tus sueños, de tus accomplishments. Like, keep going.
Yes.
You know.
Pa adelante, pa
Yeah.
adelante.
What would you guys end this with? Like, what would you guys tell the audience that's listening? But
Yeah. And like I said, I think if you know, whatever it is that you are working on,
Yeah.
again, be proud of you first,
mm-hmm.
right? And know that everyone's journey is different.
Yep.
Right? And
Absolutely.
and as long as you're working towards it, that's all that matters. And if you're working towards something and kind of like Dee said, you fail, right? Don't give up, guys. Keep moving forward. We won't know. Sometimes we have to fail, right? To get better at something, to see things. Okay, how did I? And you know, you just kind of figure it out, right? Like how can I change this? And
Yep.
and so forth. You know, a lot of times, I've heard like the most successful people failed over and over and over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
100%.
You'll fail a million times before you win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. I agree. Don't let failure stop you. Like we said, fail is first attempt in learning. Keep going after that. You'll only get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And be proud of yourself. I feel like once you talk nice to yourself, you illuminate this radiance that will attract so much
So the,
good energy and so many like positive opportunities. Everything will just start falling into place, whereas you talk negative, you're going to speak negative energy into your life, and that's just,
yeah.
we're not about that.
No. Good energy.
So just be proud of yourself, keep going, we're rooting for you, we're always rooting for you guys. Competition is at the bottom, collaboration is at the top, and we're all at the top here. We're all collaborating with each other, and we're
Yes.
proud of everyone.
No haters here.
Yep, no haters. We're all here rooting for each other, and we're proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I think
Yep.
my ending to this would be get up and thank God. Thank God for the abuse you went through. Thank God for him breaking you. Thank God for you not having money and being broke. Thank God for all the
I'm
things.
still broke.
Thank God for every single thing that's hit you that you thought was going to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I promise you that no matter what you have gone through, that is going to build you up to the most strongest, amazing version of you.
Yep.
So be grateful for it. I know in the moment you're like, fuck, ¿por qué me está pasando esto? Pero you're going to look back one day and say, thank you, God.
Use that
Thank
anger
you.
to get better.
Thank you, porque si no hubiera sido por ese abuso, por esa relación tóxica, por esas cosas que yo pasé, no estuviera tan fuerte como estoy ahorita. So, dale gracias a Dios y sé orgullosa de ti misma, porque tú solita te sacaste de ese hoyo con tu corazón en la mano, pero tú pudiste, Diosito te ayudó, te levantó y le seguiste echando ganas. So,
Yes.
a huevo.
Yep.
And so, if you guys get a chance, we would love, when we, post this if there's anyone that you're proud of, if it's yourself you're proud of, please say, I'm proud of me. We want to hear from you guys.
Yes.
Right?
Tell us.
Or who are you proud of?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or who would you want to, for someone to be proud of you? Or,
Yeah.
if they, parents, it's your family, siblings.
Tell us.
Whoever it
Make
is.
a video, make a reel, show
Oh
us,
my
tag
God,
us. Yeah,
We would love that. And make
Yeah.
sure that you guys leave a comment down below
Yes.
and tell us who you're proud of. And like
Yeah.
she said,
Mhm.
doesn't matter if it's you. Let us know who you're
Yep.
proud of.
Yeah.
We would love to hear
Mhm.
it. And tell us why.
We love you, Chismosas. We're proud of you.